Some frequently asked questions. How many languages do Norwegians speak, you might wonder? Well, most Norwegians speak Norwegian and English, as English is a mandatory second language in school. A number of people also speak German or French or Spanish, as these languages are languages of choice in the schools. And then you might wonder if speakers of Norwegian easily understand and speak other Scandinavian languages such as Swedish, Finnish and Danish. A high number of Norwegians can understand Danish and Swedish. Finnish is not a Scandinavian language, a Germanic language, such as Norwegian, Danish and Swedish, but it is known as a Finno-Ugric language. A percentage of Finnish people do, however, speak Swedish as a second language. And then, what languages are taught in Norwegian schools? The languages most commonly taught are Norwegian, English, German, French and Spanish. And how many Norwegians speak perfect English? Norwegian pupils are taught English as a second language from the age of 8 years old. As a consequence of this, the majority of Norwegians have some sort of knowledge of English. An estimated 2 to 2.5 million Norwegians speak very good English. Also, the majority of larger Norwegian companies have English as their official corporate language. You might wonder if you go to Norway and try to speak Norwegian, but it doesn't go that well. You speak it rather badly even. Will everyone try to help you, or be impressed, or just say that they don't understand you and reply in English? And then, I can say that since Norwegian is such a minority language on a global basis, people will very much appreciate that you are trying to speak or learn their language, and they will do their utmost to help you and understand you. Also, most people would rather ask you if you'd be more comfortable speaking English rather than just switching automatically to English. And then you might wonder, if you want to learn Norwegian, does it help if you already speak German? And yes, any previous knowledge of other Germanic languages such as German or Dutch will give the learner a distinct advantage. And if you learn Norwegian, will you be able to learn Danish or Swedish faster? Absolutely. You will have an advantage and learn Danish and Swedish a lot faster. And then, is it difficult to teach yourself Norwegian, or should you study the language with the teacher? You can teach yourself Norwegian if you have the time and mindset for languages, but it is highly advisable to have a teacher or tutor due to the different grammar and pronunciation. Is Norwegian written as it is spoken? For some dialects, yes, for others, no. New Norwegian, nynorsk, is mostly spoken and written in the same way. Can all Norwegian speakers understand easily all dialects? Mostly. Some dialects, words and expressions vary greatly depending on the location of the speaker, and may even be unheard previously. However, when taken into context, the listener will be able to understand the conversation, even if not all the expressions. How important is it that the teacher has the right dialect? The teacher's dialect is not that important at all. As mentioned in the presentation, all course material for foreign students are based on the Standard Norwegian, the Standard Eastern Norwegian, which is the commonly written language for the majority of all dialects. If when speaking, you use one of the Norwegian dialects and not the Standard Eastern Norwegian, you might wonder if you will be looked down upon. And no. Norwegians are very proud of their individual Norwegian dialects and the differences between them, and therefore are very happy to listen to speakers from different regions. And if you speak Eastern Norwegian, will all Norwegians understand you? Yes. You would be able to travel throughout Norway and be understood by all. Is Norwegian grammar similar to English grammar? No. They are different. For example, verb use, the use of nouns, sentence order, and construction are different. The simple question, do you drive, in English, if translated directly would be drives you. When forming questions, the verb to do is omitted in Norwegian, unlike English. How do you pronounce the extra letters such as a and o? A is pronounced as a in tap, and ö is pronounced as in Berlin, and o is pronounced as o in på or awful. When do letters a, ö, and o appear in the alphabet? At the beginning or at the end? At the end, and the order is a, ö, and o.